Hi, welcome to my channel. This is a reading for Virgo. Okay, so let's see what the universe has to say for Virgo today. I'll read it through a Land Sky Oracle card. Please remember this reading may resonate with some Virgos, not all Virgos. Energies are interchangeable. This could be you or someone that you're interacting with. Or the energy, time is fluid, constraint that was invented by us as humans. So the reading could resonate now or later stage in your life, or it may already have occurred. Please be in mind your moon, Venus, and moon, sun, and Venus placements. We have 12 houses, and each house represents something different in your life. Okay? Money, career, love life, relationships, etc., all that thing. So I suggest, if you're not sure, you get lots of charts, like birth charts, where you can calculate, but you have to remember what time of the day you were born. That's also important. Okay, so let's see what the universe has to say for Virgo today. Virgo, before I start, the card that I drew for you was the for the Land Sky Oracle that I shuffled before I started this reading, is the Cleanse card, and it's a piece of sage, which indicates to me that there might be some kind of toxic energy or toxic stuff that you're surrounded with. It could be anything. Okay, toxicity doesn't necessarily mean substance abuse or stuff like that. It can be relationships. It can be even your own toxic traits that you have. And trust me when I tell you, we all at some stage make ourselves guilty of something. None of us are perfect. Anyone that tells you that they don't have issues, that person is lying. I'm saying that person is lying, okay? Because all of us, we are surrounded by so much negativity, so much trauma, drama in our work. We interact with people on a regular basis. So how is it possible that their toxicity or whoever you interact with doesn't affect you at some stage, okay? Or doesn't leave you with negative thoughts and so on. That's the reality of life. It's realistic. Because to take a stance that you're not going to be exposed to stuff like that is very naive, okay? The other card that the universe gave you is the Ten of Cups. It's a cup in the ordinary Rider-Waite tarot deck. It's represented by a man and a woman, children laughing, a rainbow, someone that's very happy, content, somebody who has a sound family life, somebody who is happy. You know, the Ten of Cups doesn't necessarily have to mean that this person is financially abundant. It could be emotionally abundant. You could be a very warm, friendly, loving, kind, helpful person. Okay? And this is the card that the universe gave you. So obviously, I think this is you. You will also see the card is represented by a Oriental woman, Asian woman. She has a fan, and she's hiding her face behind the fan, and the kimono is dressed with hourglasses. Okay, and there are birds at the top. It's almost like she has this serene, calm. It's almost like she's hiding her joy. Okay, we're going to get back to that, okay? Let's just see what the universe has to say for you for this reading. I hope it doesn't... I hope it doesn't... the video doesn't stop midway, because I've had problems the past few days with my recorder, with the video recorder of my phone. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords. You will see she's a woman. She's like bound with fabric, but it's very loose, and she's blindfolded. I get the distinct feeling that you may be in a situation that you cannot, or that you, it's a situation that you're in. It could be an energetic situation in your mind, a state of mind, because swords represent your mind. It doesn't necessarily have to mean it's a physical situation that's restrictive to you. But you have restrictions of some kind, restrictive mind patterns comes to mind. I get the distinct feeling like somebody is a prisoner in their own head. Okay, that's what comes up. When I drew the Sage card, what also came up is something that's, it spoke about toxicity, so there might be energetic cleansing that you need to do. We all have to do energetic cleansing. I did a reading. I don't know if you can see these my crystals and my Tibetan singing bowl. So we all have to have rituals that we do to cleanse our energy and cleanse ourselves. There are different types of things you can do. You can wash yourself with salt. You can burn sage or incense, that also gets rid of negative energies. There's also music, like meditative music that you can play to cleanse the auric energies around you. It could be that you're surrounded by a lot of negativity at the moment, okay? So the universe is asking you to cleanse your head and cleanse your environment. Because at the end of the day, if you look at this card, she's in the head. What others do, what other people do affects you on some or other level, mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically. Other people's energy affects you. And lots of people don't want to admit this, but it's the truth. It may not be something that you can physically touch, but when you, for instance, it's almost like I tell my kids when I talk to them, and then they might not agree with me on something, and they have this certain type of tone of voice when they speak to me, and then I tell them, okay, I can hear you angry. Then they tell me, no, I'm not. But the voice literally gave them away. Okay, so we might deny something to ourselves, but it doesn't mean that it's not so. And we are not readily, easily want to admit to certain things, certain toxic traits that we may have, certain toxic behaviors. I'm not saying this is you, okay? This could be someone that you, or people that you're surrounded with as well. And the universe requires you to cleanse your energetic field. Maybe you should cleanse your mind to do some, you can listen to, I don't know if you ever heard of solfeggio. Solfeggio sounds are sounds at different types of frequencies. Music affects people, whether they want to admit it or not. It can affect you negatively, emotionally. I mean, there are certain people who like don't like rock music or heavy metal because it makes you feel a certain way. And then up certain people who don't like classical music because it doesn't make him feel okay. So different types of music bring forth different types of emotions. And some of those emotions might not be something that's good for you. So it may be good that if you balance out what you listen to, possibly balance it out with some meditative music with nature sounds like I have in the background, or with crystals, or with incense, or with a singing bowl, or whatever. I don't want to digress. We start off the reading, Virgo, with the Eight of Cups. And you will see there, this man is clearly walking away. So it's a situation that requires you to possibly just walk away from the situation because, or you already, this could have occurred already, okay? Requires you to walk away from a situation that is not helpful to you. Or it could be that there's a moon at the top, which indicates to me that this is something with this card at the bottom also. And it doesn't necessarily mean, Virgo, that you're sad or that you're in a bad situation. It could just be that you're surrounded by people that are draining, and people that are not, I wouldn't say they're draining, that wouldn't be the right word. Possibly draining, yes, but it could be friends, it could be family, it could be anyone, it could be you also in your head, okay? And the universe is clearly asking you that maybe it's time that you walk away from whatever this is holding you back. I don't know, something like depression also comes up with this card, with this Eight of Cups. Depression with the Moon card also. It could be that you are in a depressive state in your mind, and the universe is asking you to address this and maybe do something, not maybe, but definitely do something with it. The page, this is followed by the Page of Wands and the Moon card. And pages are messengers. And the Moon card represents illusion. This could be some kind of, I distinctly get the feeling of depression here. I don't know why. But I distinctly get the feeling of depression with this Moon card. Okay? And with this Eight of Cups that I just showed you. And something when you have depression, it's easy for people to tell you, okay, you need to snap out of it. But that isn't how, I'm speaking of experience. Okay, I was diagnosed with depression a very long time ago. That was years ago. And I was on medication. But I took myself off the medication because I felt it wasn't helpful to me. And I seek alternative methods of healing. Okay, natural methods without tablets. I'm not going to go into what I'm using, but I felt that that was a better option for me. Okay, alternative organic approach to my depressive situation. And as soon as I changed certain aspects in my life, maybe certain habits that I had, I made some cuts regarding certain people that I allowed in my life. I started feeling better. And usually when you're in a state of depression, it's not only your mind, but it's also your surroundings. People that you surround yourself with, your daily routine, etc. is also, especially now, because there was a lot of quarantines that happened. People were forced to stay at home, etc. And something like this could clearly put you in a depressive state if your normal daily life is disrupted, okay? So this could also explain why you're possibly in this situation in your head. This is followed by the Ten of Swords, which clearly indicates to me that this Ten of Swords is somebody who's wounded, and it's an indication to me that this situation has placed you in this Ten of Swords position. It left you defeated. It makes you feel defeated, okay? And the card that comes out next is the Three of Wands, and he's staring into the distance as to where he needs to go, what does he need to do. And this is a clear indication. It's almost like You have to make a decision. You have to make a decision about something in your life. And at the end of the day, taking control of your life is going to help you to come out of the situation. Okay? Sometimes when we are depressed, I have a friend. She has clinical depression, and sometimes she doesn't even want to get out of bed. And it's easy for people to judge people like that. But like I tell people, your brain is an organ like your heart. Okay? And when you go to the doctor can physically see there's something wrong with your heart, if your heart have heart problems, with your lungs, with your kidneys, whatever. But it's very difficult to determine when it comes to your brain. But it doesn't mean that it's not there. And other people don't have the right. I think you have a very huge judgment about yourself as well because of this depression that you have. And maybe you should walk away from people, walk away from situations that make you feel worse. Okay? These people don't understand it. They don't understand depression. Okay? So you don't need to surround yourself with people like that. Anyway, Ace of Pentacles is next, followed by the Tower card. It's almost like the universe is offering you. This card came out first, and then the Tower card. The Tower card usually indicates that something is about to change. And it's not something that you need to fear. Towers can mean anything, but towers usually mean sudden and abrupt change. A tower can occur over a period of time also. And it could also be a realization, something that you discover about yourself, something that you realize that you need to do something about. I want to step out of this. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Okay? And the universe is offering you. It's almost like the universe is telling you this tower moment. This card came out first and then the Tower card. Okay? So it's almost like the universe is offering you something with the Pentacles. And Pentacles represent what you value. Do you value your mental health? Or do you value other people's opinion? What do you value, Virgo? People's opinion? Or do you value your own health? Do you value yourself enough to walk away from people, situations, or circumstances that don't serve you? Or do you, if you are in a depression state, which I clearly can see here, this is about depression, this is something about your mind. If you're already on medication or something, maybe seek alternative ways of, there are so much. Oh, there's a lot of things. And it's almost like depression can also be described as an allergy. I have allergies. And the medication that I use alleviates it, but it doesn't take it away completely. So depression has to also be approached in this way, okay? It's something that, it's almost like somebody who has heart disease and they get medication for it and they have to use it continuously in order for the thing to not, get worse. Now, the depression medication is the same thing. It helps you to get through a situation, it helps you get through life, and it's not something that you should feel ashamed of. Look at the state of the world that we're in, okay? It's almost like the universe is offering you this Tower moment. And it's not a bad Tower moment, okay? Excuse me, I just want to wipe my nose. Allergies, like I said. It's not a bad Tower moment. It's just a change that you need to make in your life, okay? A change that's beneficial for you, that will make you feel happy and content. This is followed by the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is very hasty. Is somebody that's very hasty, fast on his way somewhere. And I get the distinct feeling that with this card, it's almost like you're impatient with yourself. You're impatient with yourself, and because of possibly the reason why you're impatient with yourself is of other people's opinions, as to what they think things should be, or how it should be, or how the world always is going to have an opinion, Virgo. Everybody has an opinion. You also have one. I have an opinion. Don't make other people's opinion yours. Okay? This is followed by the Four of Coins. And this, I think they say this is the Miser card. I'm not sure. Anyway, you will see this man is holding on to this Pentacles. He's holding on too tightly. What are you holding on to, Virgo? You're holding on too tightly to something. It might be something you value. I don't know what it is. This is followed by the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is someone who has material abundance. He has wealth. He has material abundance. I don't know. There's possibly something that you're holding on to. I don't know why I get the feeling that you're holding on to material abundance. I don't know why I get this feeling, but holding on to material abundance is also something that can cause you a lot of stress, Virgo. Because being worried possibly of losing money or losing your wealth. I don't blame you with the current people losing their jobs the way they do lately. So I think there might be a reason why you're holding on. There's something that you're holding on too tightly. It's something that you value with these two cards. I don't know what it is that you're holding on to, but I feel with these two cards telling me that you're holding on to something. It's like the attachment. You have an attachment to something. Okay? I don't know what it is. And having attachments to something is also something that causes us grief and sorrow, okay? And suffering. This is the last two cards, the Ace of Wands and the Six of Coins. It's like the Ace of Wands is offering you something. It's the universe offering you a new opportunity, a new way of perceiving things or seeing things or approaching things. The Ace of Wands to me also represents fertility and also growth in the right direction. So it could be an indication of fertile ideas and creativity, something that you may possess inside of you that you can use and utilize to come out of your. There's nothing better, especially if you're somebody that suffers from depression. It would be good if you could do something that would give you joy. You can start creating art, draw, or stuff like that. Anything to break yourself out of a certain pattern, because depression is always sometimes caused by monotonous circumstances. And what I mean with that is when your life is continuously the same every day, and there's no it's almost like there's no extracurricular activities that you can partake in to make yourself feel better. But instead of sitting and waiting for this, do something, create something. With the Ace of Wands, create something so that you can move out of that slump that you're in your mind. Okay, it could be anything. You in a depressive state, you can do anything. It's almost like I have this aunt. She's an old lady now, and there's something I learned from her that was very helpful to me when I suffered from depression, and she heard about my depression, and she said to me, "You know what I do? I dress up myself in the nicest clothes that I have. my nicest underwear, my nicest clothes, or my sexiest underwear and my nicest clothes. I put on makeup so that I can feel like $1,000,000. And just looking at yourself looking like that will already make you feel good. Our appearances plays a great role in how we feel too. Okay? It doesn't mean that you don't, I'm not telling you to dress up every day. I'm telling you it's going to help you and uplift you, or do something that will bring you out of this. And it will most definitely bring you out of this, because look at this man here, the last card. Today, the Six of Cups represents somebody who is abundant. He's also represented by a wealthy man, somebody who is abundant and is able to share this abundance and this creative idea, or whatever it is that the universe asks you to do to get you through this thing or get you out of the slump that you're in, is going to be rewarding to you. I promise you it's going to be rewarding to you. I can think of a lot of things that I can. Okay, I'm going to talk about my son now. My son is I don't know if he's going to be mad talking about this, but my son is autistic, and he's a grown man now, and he has a normal life like anybody else. And I can remember when he was in primary school, he was about 9 years old. We discovered he had ADD, and he was under a psychologist. And I distinctly remember he was bullied in school, and I tried to convince him to do something, some extracurricular activity. And at the age of 9, I introduced him to chess, and he refused. He's 21 years old now, and he didn't want to. I'm not going to like it, he said. I'm not going to like it. At the end of the day, he became obsessed with chess, and he still is, and he loves it. And every opportunity when he's with people, he wants to play chess, he wants to talk about it, it and I could see that it created something different in him. It made him feel valued because he was good at something, and he could share it with other people, because at the end of the day he shared it with friends, and they got interested and they started playing, and they had a club, and he started playing for Boerland, and he got a few medals. So maybe you should start some extracurricular activity that will make you feel that the life contains more substance than you think it does. And we have to create that substance for ourselves. Nobody else is going to do it for us. Okay? Anyway, I hope this reading was helpful. And please take care, Virgo. And please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you found this reading helpful. If you didn't, please still share, like, and subscribe. It could help other people. Have a wonderful day, and please take care. Bye.